What's up, Aaron Taylor, aka Ridiculous Beats, and I'm just sitting here working on this next track called Liftoff for my Raising Hell album. Now, many of you came along for the ride as I broke down my stems instrument by instrument, but I also have a backup plan for any time I start my next mix with my stems and something isn't working out, and that is that I actually not only bounce my stems with effects, but I bounce them with no effects, or as I just call dry, right? There might be some minimal effects to them, and the reason I do that is because of this very problem right here. Listen to this pop in it. Okay, I'll let it loop a couple times there so you could clearly hear that pop. But listen to the dry stem. It's very similar, doesn't have the pop. So I will need to take this dry stem and actually put the effects on it to make it sound like the one that was in the earlier mix. But before I do that, it sounds like I'm getting some phase cancellation in there whenever I play it with the whole beat. So let's actually check that out. All right, and I'm just looping a really small section right now if it sounds repetitive, but that's so I can focus in on what I'm trying to listen to. So if you couldn't hear it, I could, but let's check out what I mean by the phase cancellation. So I'm actually going to pull up this Ozone 10 plugin. They have newer versions of this out, but it's still an amazing plugin for many applications here. But we're going to go ahead. All right, so those red portions of the sound form, the waveform that you see, are indicating that that sound is out of phase, which means essentially it's when two similar waveforms come up against each other and cancel each other out. So that could mean that you don't hear certain sounds at all, or it just doesn't sound right in the mix. It can take away the stereo effect or give it an unwanted stereo effect even sometimes. So you don't want phase cancellation. It's no bueno. So before I really even move forward with mixing down this song in this step of the process, I'll spend some time going track by track and just double checking these things. Even though I checked them before I bounced the stems originally, I spent time doing it then, but I'm a human. Mistakes are made, and sometimes during the bouncing process, the digital files get little glitches in them, essentially. So let's check this out again and see what we can do about the phase cancellation. So over here on the left, I can actually take the stereo width and start dragging this down to make it have a little bit less stereo. I can make up for that later by adding some panning and adjusting for phase cancellation if I need to again later. But for now, I'm just going to lower this level. Okay, so that's mostly gotten rid of the red, so we have mostly gotten rid of the phase cancellation. So I've dragged this setting down here on the number 1 stereo width option to -40. It's not an exact science. You just kind of have to do a combination of listening and looking at what the feedback is for the plugin. So we can actually dial it back just a little bit. So what I was trying to do there is really find a happy medium so I don't overdo it. I don't want to get rid of the stereo sound entirely or, too much of it. It's okay if you get a tiny bit of phase cancellation once in a while. You just want to make sure that that doesn't impact the overall sound of what you're going for in your track. So that's it for now. I'm actually going to go through the rest of the tracks and double check those between now and the next time I see you, so you don't have to sit through each and every one of those. But hey, maybe I'll do some more full sessions on YouTube or some other live streaming platform in the future if you just want to see me go at it without really talking very much. Now, if you're still watching this video, first of all, I want to say you're awesome. And if you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. As of this video, I'm at 999 subscribers, so I'm hoping to get over 1,000 and just keep on growing. And I can't do it without the support of people like you. So come back for more ridiculous beats, and we'll see you next time.